Okay, we're going to test some floats with some weights. The common floats used in catfishing. We're going to test them with multiple weights. Shown there. We have the typical rattle weights or rattle floats that you get on Amazon or wherever. The first two there on the left are from Amazon. They're like $1.25. Then we have the regular Demon Dragon. Then we have the Demon Dragon Brute. And then we have this guy. It's from lurebuild.com. It's just monster. And then we got EVA foam ones. And then we got the old egg float styrofoam float. We're going to be testing 3/4, half, 3/4, 1, 1.5, and 2. And we'll see what happens. I'm going to use welding wire to hold the weights to the float. And as I get to the EVA foam, I'm just going to use rubber band. All right, this is the standard cheap Amazon float you get. They're like $1 a piece. That is a 1/2 ounce. So keep in mind though that your bait is going to be buoyant, so it's not going to, that's an ounce of lead, so it's a 1/2 ounce of lead, so it's just pulling it straight down. And it's keeping it upright, so if you got a piece of bait, it's going to be floating up here because your bait's a little bit buoyant. But it pulls it straight down. All right. Let's try it a little bit bigger. Amazon Spook Blank. Like I said, this is 1/2 ounce. And it's doing a good job. It's doing better than that other one because it's a little bit bigger. But like I said, the bait would be a little bit buoyant, so that's doing its job. These are good for little small baits. Now this is the Catfish College Edition Demon Dragon. I've had these a while. Oop. Is that on there? And it's roughly the same size as the other two, so I'm not guessing there'll be much of a difference. And it's keeping it upright. But keep in mind, so it's rattling, current's moving that. It's getting shakered in there and making noise. Oh, sorry, these are Catfish College. I think they're 2.0 Demon Dragons. The Brute's even bigger, I think. And this is with 1/2 ounce. And it's keeping a 1/2 ounce up. I said this is the lure blank from lurebuild.com. It's a monster. And it is keeping a ½ ounce up. The tail's sinking because it's got the shakers in it. And it's got the weight in the back. But all right. Now I'll move on to the EVA foam ones. I'm just going to use a rubber band for them. These are just a little peg float, ½ ounce of lead, and it's doing a good job. Like I said, your bait's going to be a little bit more buoyant than the lead. This is a green one. It's the same size, it's just green. And it goes right down there. It's doing the exact same thing as the rattle floats, the spook blanks. So now we got our egg float. Trusty old styrofoam. And it is keeping a ½ ounce of weight up. So, moving on to the next weight, we are eliminating the small spook blanks, the small EVA foam ones. You can get bigger EVA foam, that's just all I have. The next one on the card is going to be 3/4 of an ounce. Oh, look at that. The Demon Dragon Series 2, 2.0, I think it's 2.0, is holding up 3/4 of an ounce. All right, now we got the lurebuild.com spook blank, and it's holding up 3/4 of an ounce. So that's going to float 3/4 ounce of a straight lead. It's going to float a big bait. Now moving on to the egg float, I'm not even going to try the EVA foam because they sunk to the bottom. Like I said, if you have a big, I bet an EVA egg float would be dandy. But we're using what we have. Okay, here's the egg float with just plain old styrofoam egg float, 3/4 of an ounce, and it's holding that up there. It's gonna go fishing today, but the ice on the Allegheny is crazy, so. All right, next. Hopefully next weekend we can go. Next we got the Demon Dragon with a 1 ounce weight. Oh, I pulled it down, but that would be pretty dandy. 1 ounce gets it to sink. That'd be pretty big bait. Figure 1 ounce of chicken or 1 ounce of shrimp or 1 ounce of cut shad or a huge live bait swimming around. I'd keep it up there. All right, we got the lure build spook blank with 1 ounce. Oh, it's keeping it up. If it didn't have those weights and the rattles in there, it would keep it up off the bottom. You can hear it. It's pretty heavy for what it is. It was supposed to be a top water lure, but I think it's going to be dandy for catfishing. All right, we are down to the styrofoam egg float. If 1 ounce of lead pulls it down, the test is done. Okay, regular styrofoam egg float, roughly about 2.5 inches, 1 ounce. Ooh, and it's carrying that. Floating along, do. All right. Let's try 1.5 ounces. If we can't get it to sink with 2 ounces, I'll go get a 3 ounce sinker. I got them over there. All right, here's egg float, styrofoam egg float with 1.5 ounces. And that's it. It pulls it down and it's keeping it upright. I'll tell you what, keeping that upright, keeping 1 ounce, you can float a pretty good sized bait with that. It's a pretty good test. I mean, next time we'll revisit this, I think I'll do a slip sinker and actually put pieces of bait on them on a Santee rig and see what happens. All right, thanks for watching, guys. I'll put the links below of everything I got here, and see you on the next one.